Hello, this is 5.1, lesson on slope. We'll be able to determine slope of a graph and actually using a formula too. I forgot to add that one. Can you believe we are already in Unit 5? So what even is slope? It's not like the ski slopes, like I've got my snowman skiing and I am not ready for the winter or snow. But I'm just going to have to get ready, I guess, right? But slope is the rate of change between 2 points on a line. Constant rate of change. I'm like, what word goes in there? It's the constant rate of change. Come on, Miss Z, you made this. It's the change in y over the change in x. We represent it using the variable m. I looked it up last year because we were curious why we use the variable m. The closest thing to believable that I found was that the French word to move, the verb to move, I'm not even going to try to pronounce it, but it starts with an M. So we think that maybe where it came from, some things just say just been that way, but I like the first reason why we use M, because it would be French for like to move. So M is slope, M move, right? And it's a constant rate of change. We also use rise over run. I'm sure you've maybe heard that before. If not, that's all right, you're hearing it now. So rise over run. The change in y, the vertical change, over the horizontal change. There are 4 different types of slope. These are my slope penguins. I love them. I think they're cute. They're like skiing again, like hitting the slopes. We've got a positive slope that's moving in that direction. Negative slope. Zero slope. It's not going up or down, just staying. The slope is not changing. And an undefined slope. That's why he's saying eek. And for the zero slope, it would be like 0 over a number, which is just 0. 0 divided by anything is 0. For undefined, it's going to be anything divided by 0, because we can't do that. We cannot divide by 0. As much as I would like to take every once in a while a classroom full of students and divide you into 0 groups, because then it would be silent, right? I can't. You cannot divide things into 0 groups. As much as I want to take my dirty dishes in my sink and divide them up into 0 groups, I am not a magician. Mathematician, not a magician. So we cannot divide by 0. That is why that vertical slope is undefined. And remember what that looks like, and know, like, okay, this is what positive looks like, this is what negative looks like. Let's stop and just have a penguin fact, okay? A group of penguins in the water is called a raft, but a group of penguins on land is called a waddle. I don't know. Cute. I love you, penguin. Fun fact, penguins were my favorite animal for a really, really long time. I think they still might be. Slope on a graph. I'm going to tell you my trick that I use in order to make sure that we're always staying true to our positive negative. You can either just use the pictures, or you can do what I do. I always start at the point on the left, like the way that I read, left to right. So I'm going to start on the left no matter what. And slope is rise over run. So in order to get to the next point, or then really you can count to the next part where it crosses nicely, like where it intersects on on the crosshair there. But you want to start here, and you're going to count either up or down because it's rise over run. So we'll go from point to point. So we're going to rise, and if we go up, it's a positive. And if we have to go down, it's going to be negative. We've got rise over run. So we're going to go up 1, 2. So M equals 2 over, and we're going to the right in the right direction, moving this way on the number line is positive. Moving this way on the number line is negative, right? But we're moving this way on the number line, so it's positive, and then we're also moving in a positive direction here. And how many are we going to go over? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So the slope is 2 over 8. We can simplify that to 1 over 4. And you can see here this would be a point we could also have used. And that would be 1 over 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Don't have to worry about that. But we found the slope by simplifying there. For the next one, again, I'm going to start on the left point, most point. And we're going to go up to meet the next point, so it's positive. 1, 2, 3, 4. Over 1, 2 to get to that next point. 4 divided by 2 is 2. The slope is 2. Last one here, we're starting on the left. Now we need to move down. So it's going to be negative because we're moving down. So we're going down 1, 2, then over in the positive direction 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We cannot simplify it, so that is the slope, negative 2/5. Not so bad, right? It's a lot of counting, and you may have had practice doing this before. You very well could have. That's how you find the slope on a graph. You can also find the slope between two given points. So I'm going to give you a formula. I need you to write this down. The slope, M, equals, it's rise over run, right? The change in y over the change in x. So the formula is y sub 2, because there are going to be two y's, minus y sub 1 over x2 minus x1. That may look like a confusing formula. It's not so bad, I promise. I'm going to show you what you need to do. Let's look at our first set of points. 5, 7, and 6, 3. So we have 2 points here. We know that an ordered pair goes x, y. Before I start anything, I always label. I've got x1. That's my first x. And y1. And I also then have x2 and y2. It's my first x and my first y, and my second x and my second y. And all I have to do is put those in the formula in the order that they are. So I find, first I need y2. y2 is right here. 3 minus, I need y1. 7 over, I need x sub 2. Oops. Six minus x sub 1, which is 5. And then I just simplify it. This is m equals 3 minus 7 is negative 4 over 6 minus 5 is 1. We simplify that and it's just negative 4. See how I did that? I just found what I needed to switch to substitute and I switched it right out. For my next set of points here. Again, I'm going to immediately label. I've got x1 and y1, and I've got x2 and y2. I need y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x sub 1, which is going to, and this is m equals again. Man, I'd be getting mad at myself. I'm turning this in. I need to make sure we write m equals. I'm slipping. We got negative 2 over 7. We can't simplify that anymore. We're going to leave it like a fraction. We want our slope to be a fraction because we saw how easy that is on a graph and every other thing. Last example here. I would like for you to try to pause the video and try it yourself. I feel like Dora the Explorer. We're like, say, where's the whatever? And then wait. So I'm going to assume that you've paused and that you're back. And let's do it here. We're going to label first, right? So you labeled x1, y1. And x2, y2. We start with y sub 2 minus y1. Oh, minus 2. Over x2 minus x sub 1. Make sure you carry that negative. So it's minus negative 4. When you do minus negative, remember it turns into positive. So I'm going to rewrite this here. It's like turn it around, turn it around. So we've got negative 3 plus 4. This minus negative turns into that positive. So we've got 9 minus 4 is 5 over negative 3 plus 4 is 1. 5 divided by 1 is just 5. And that is how we use our slope formula. And this was our formula. Very important. And I always do my labeling, and that makes my life so much easier. It'll make your life so much easier too. So when you do these assignments, this assignment, it will be very helpful to you to write it down on paper before you just put it in online. If you want to take a picture of what you've done and send it to me, I will definitely accept that as usual instead of just filling out that form. You don't have to do both, but I highly recommend that even just for yourself, that you write down what you're doing, or you're going to get jumbled up and confused. So step by step, make sure that you're writing x1, y1, x2, y2. All right, that's all I've got for you today. I hope that you have a fabulous rest of your day.